Yo, what's up internet? Enigmaze here, and just a couple quick videos for you probably. First of all, we reached gold! Hooray! Really late, but we did it. That was like Monday. But that's cool. Also, second announcement is no stream tonight because I had a really long day at work. And quite frankly, I just kind of want to relax, maybe watch TV, or play some Dragon Age or something. So I do apologize that I haven't streamed Duelyst this week, but I ask for your understanding and patience as I had a very long week at work so far, and when I come home I'm ready to shut down basically. So I apologize to you guys. I really enjoy you coming out and supporting me. So I just wanted to let you know that and apologize for the lack of streams this week. D&D is still on for this weekend, Friday night, and I've actually been working after work to try to make sure everything's prepared for that. But anyway, enough side comments. Let's get into, okay, so you don't believe me, right? But see, look, gold! Yeah, anyway. So, let's get into a new deck. As you may have known if you've watched my streams or you've seen my videos, I have not featured a Vanar deck in a very long time. And for good reason. The primary reason is, if you remember back in February, maybe March, I had this deck called Vanar, which was phenomenal, just absolutely destroyed people. Unless, of course, you got bad draws, but then again, there's not really many decks that will do you very much good if you have bad draws and your opponent has good draws. But, I grew very discouraged. As you know, Vanar was my main, and I loved Vanar. In fact, the only ribbon I have is from Vanar. And I played it all the time, just absolutely loved it to death. Didn't really think it was the best faction, because I'm not really like that, but for me, it was my favorite faction. But since then, I've lost almost all confidence with Vanar, and as you can see, tried a lot of things. I mostly turned to Songhai because I found a click and a groove with Songhai, and, I felt like I had the power that I had with Vanar before. But I have, today I tried experimenting with Kara, and she just felt too slow for me, it just wasn't my style. So I went back to my Bay Fae, and with a deck called Fae-Lieve in You, I've been doing pretty well. And this is in gold, so I am not going to say that this is an original deck. Quite honestly, I don't really know what people are running. It seems like a lot of things that I see are either like aggro Kara or like mech Fae, both of which I despise. So, but I've played a few games with this deck. To be honest, only 3, but I've won all 3 games with him. And I played one game against Songhai where his opening turn was dealing 10 freaking damage to me. I have very little heals in this deck, so to be able to come back from 12 damage, 10 from a minion and 2 from him, from the opening round, I feel like that speaks volumes to the potential of this deck. So what do we got going on here, Enigmaze? Come on, tell us already. Alright, just calm down. As you can see, not very many spells, which is unlike my previous Vanar deck that was super awesome, that had like 15, maybe 16 spells. But they are all, as Vanar is wont to do, high utility spells. We've got 2 Flash Freezes to deal with those annoying Jaxies, to deal with those Blood Tier Alchemists, to stop that ginormous minion that we don't want chewing our face off and swallowing it whole. The next turn, etc. Great. We've got 3 aspects of the Fox, and in fact this is the only 3 of card that we have, quite simply because it's nice removal. When the enemy's like, haha, look at my Sunriser, look at my freaking dank Nemesis, and I'm like, haha, look at my aspect of the Fox, you're boring me nothing, fool! And, so yeah, that's why we have 3 of them. And then we have 2 Snow Chasers, just for some versatility, 2 Chromatic Colds, 2 Crystal Cloakers, Prismatic because we're cool, 2 Hailstone Prisons, again, and more removal. In fact, in that game, that final game I played with Songhai, where the guy did like 12 damage to me turn 1, later on in the game he played a Dagger Kiri, so I was like, oh shit, he's going to like Inner Focus, Misdragon Seal, Killing Edge, and I'm gonna be dead. I only have like 13 or 14 health. So what did I do? I Hailstone that bitch right back to his hand. Yeah. Bounced him right back. And I was like, you haul on back now. Boy? Dagger Kiri is a boy? I think so. Doesn't look like... Well, anyway. Three Healing Mystics, because that's the only source of healing we have in this deck. So it's not only a good 2-drop, but also, when shit hits the fan, play Healing Mystic. Two Hearth Sisters, because why the fuck not? Shiro the Puppy Dragon. I originally had 2, cut it down to 1, just because I feel like I needed more heft in my deck. And quite frankly, I hardly ever need more than one Shiro. Play Shiro at the beginning, he lasts for a few turns, buffs some minions up, to where they're all annoying to my opponent, and then, he served his purpose and I'm ready to move on. So I have 1, although Shiro's good. You should respect Shiro, you should pet Shiro, you should teach Shiro tricks, you should play with that tail, look at that tail. He's just asking you to, play fetch or something, so be nice to Shiro, even though we only have 1 of him in this deck. 2 Cryos. The purpose of Cryo, to remove big minions and to draw cards, specifically either a Crystal Cloaker or a Snow Chaser. And then we've got 2 Fenrir War Masters. Now what was it, April that they nerfed this to a 3/2 card? Pretty much ever since they nerfed Fenrir, I have stopped playing him. But I included him just because he's 2 minions for the price of 1. And while it does suck that he dies to everything now, the few times I've played him, he's been alright. Now, 3 Saber Spine Tigers. Usually I only have 2, but I have 3 because I prefer more rush, I prefer more burst, and with Fae's Bloodborne spell, the name of which I cannot recall at the moment. Warbird, there we go. It's a great synergy. And if I have to take out some minion early on, I don't feel bad about it. I'm oh, I wasted 1 of my 2. Saber Spine Tigers taking out that stupid blaster or whatever. And then it's fine. And then 2 Snowpiercers, because again, we want to pressure the opponent. 2 Duelyst. Duelyst is in here twice. How about that? Because he's a big minion, people kind of freak out when you play him, and they either teleport him with Earth Sister, Repulsor Beast, or they try to play a Earth Sister to get, so that way you can just punch him and punch back, and then everybody loses. But basically, it puts a lot of pressure on the opponent, and I really like it. And plus, it helps you, because it instantly plays a provoke for you. So unless they have an immediate answer, they're either going to waste a lot of resources trying to deal with that 0/10 Tombstone, which you can buff. By the way, with Razorback, nobody sees that coming. What, the friggin' Tombstone killed me? What is that? That is so terrible. And you're just you gotta prepare for that, mister. I'm all about memes over here. So anyway, Duelyst, good burst damage if they don't deal with him, makes everybody's life miserable, and also protects you. Razorback, because why not? Who doesn't love just an AoE buff? This is the synergist of Final Fantasy here. This is like Sarah from Final Fantasy 13. I lied. I mean, this is crap, what's his name? Hope or Vanille? One of those 2. Now I can't remember, and I sound like an idiot, but you know what I'm talking about. That's basically what Razorback is. He's also a big minion, also good for burst. And yeah. Sworn Sister Elkian, because if you're not playing this card, you're doing it wrong. Well, you may not be doing it wrong, I don't know. But I prefer card draw. And Sworn Sister Elkian's not only a good body, but she helps replenish your hand, which is great. Because ever since they nerfed it, which was a long time ago, but still, it's worth repeating, ever since they nerfed your card draw to 1, it's very important to never run out of options. Dancing Blades, because who doesn't just want to drop something down and blow up a 2-drop or some other minuscule minion who dares defy you? That's why we've got Dancing Blades. Big body, awesome effect, really puts pressure on the opponent. And, if they martyrdom Dancing Blades, that's a huge bonus to you because you're getting 6 freaking health back. That's a third, a fourth of your health. I don't know, because I'm not doing math right now. And then we've got Grincher, for memes mostly. Just kidding. We have him because he's a big minion, which is dope. And we also have him because of those artifacts. It's a random artifact, unlike Sworn Sister Elkian, it's not from your faction. So, I've seen, when I played Songhai, I've gotten a Wildfire Ankh from this card. In fact, I just played a match with this Vanar deck, and I got the Adamantine Claws, is that what they're called? The claws for Magmar that do 4 attack. That also really helped push my opponent away. So yeah, Grincher, big body, dope effect, and memes. We've got Draugr Lord because we want some heft in this deck. We don't just want to rely on little tiny guys that can easily be removed, We want some power, just so kabam! Hearth Sister in or something? really make someone cry. Plus, this guy has 2 minions for 1. So unless they dispel him, this guy is going to be on the field causing havoc for a long time. And then finally, we've got the bread and butter, the ultimate meme. We've got the Death Dealer, the Deck Destroyer, and the Soul Crusher, Dank Nemesis, properly known as Dark Nemesis, and sometimes called Dank Memesis. Why do we have this card? 1, more burst. 2, humongous body, instant threat, makes people freak out. 3, Hearth Sister this bad boy in after he's been played for 1 turn. That's like 12 damage immediately, because he does the 4 from turning up, and then, because he turned down for what? And then he does the 8. So yeah, that's redonkulous, man. And then you combine that with the Warbird, and that's potentially 14 damage just from 1 card! What? Yes. So that is I Fae-Lieve in you. Because I Fae-Lieve in you. I Fae-Lieve in you. Internets. Again, not saying this deck is completely original. Seems pretty standard to me. But I just put it together, and I have actually had some success with it. So it means I'm slowly gaining confidence with Vanar again. So I just thought maybe you would want to do that too. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time, and as always, stay classy.